And these people you said come after Hurricane?
Laverkin, maybe? Laverkin Hurricane?
These are patrol officers Humphrey and Roy, who responded to a call at a house in Enoch, Utah. They were looking for 40-year-old Tausha Haight. She was in the process of getting a divorce and had failed to show up for a scheduled meeting. The person she was supposed to meet contacted the police because they believed something might have happened to her. When the officers arrived at the scene, no one answered the doorbell, but they clearly had a feeling that something was wrong. When they finally entered the house, their suspicions were confirmed. Something strange was going on inside.
Enoch City Police Department. Anybody in the house? We got another one deceased right here.
On the afternoon of January 4th, 2023, the Enoch Police Department received a call from an unnamed woman who told the dispatcher that her acquaintance, Tausha Haight, had missed their scheduled meeting. Although only about an hour had passed, the caller explained that she was unable to reach Tausha by any other means. Normally, this wouldn't have raised serious concern, but the situation was unusual. Tausha was in the process of divorcing her husband, Michael. Their marriage had long been on the brink of collapse, and Michael had reportedly displayed troubling behavior, not only toward Tausha, but also, allegedly, toward their eldest daughter, Masih. Given everything Tausha had previously told the caller, that she didn't feel safe around Michael and that they were still forced to live under the same roof because he refused to move out, there was a genuine threat not only to her, but also to their daughter, Masih. So it was no surprise that the woman ultimately decided to call the police.
Going through a divorce and was going to go back to her home last night. They had to do some paperwork. And I'm a little bit concerned. We had an appointment scheduled that she missed. She doesn't ever miss appointment. He has had some violent tendencies in the past, and I believe CPS has been involved. And I actually believe she came and spoke to the police department a couple weeks ago to let her know divorce was upcoming. I'm actually thinking he might still have access to those. But they are at least locked up in their house.
We got the bishop and the Isaac are inside. Just go ahead.
See, there's 606 1050.
How can we get in the house?
Andrews is in there right now. He's starting to commands.
Right here. Blue. Where do you want? Where do we need to put a house. Look here, we have one more deceased in this bed. Appears to be a gunshot to the face. Check in this room back here.
Hello, please.
One deceased here. Making good. I'm checking here. Okay. No, you're good. Wait. Got it? Yeah. One more.
Gunshot back of the head.
One victim. Gunshots to the head. Police! If you're down here, make yourself known!
2, 4, 6 stories, is that right?
Hold right there.
Got it.
I got these. One more up top, blood on bed.
Did you find the wife?
Yeah, next. One more down here. Bathroom's clear. Check in this room. Another gunshot. Or, sorry, I don't know that, but it appears to be. Nobody else. Just the vacuum.
This door's locked.
Go.
sauna that way, left, opening safes. Got keys in 2 safes down here.
Clear here.
Go to the left.
Chief, I got you. Assuming this is outside.
It's got another dead body. This is Michael here.
Clear the one door, Chief. Hold on.
Go ahead, 6 on top.
Nope.
Clear.
Do we have crime scene tape?
Rest is clear.
Let's talk.
I'm just letting dispatch know the house is clear.
Hold on.
Don't come in. Nobody go upstairs and don't let anybody in.
Hey, stay out.
Just right here.
We need crime scene tape. Start fencing
The
off
house.
everything.
You got some in your car?
No.
'Cause I can't.
Call Gary.
Okay, no problem.
Cedar 6W6. Can you notify the county attorney?
Hey.
Yeah. I got Travis calling Gary. So we can get things.
Yeah, and I was just with Gary, so
Do you have any crime scene tape in your truck?
okay, do. Let's keep everything as pristine as we can. We'll section this off.
Donna,
Michael, Tausha, their children, and Tausha's 78-year-old mother, Gail Earl, were found dead inside the house. All had suffered gunshot wounds to the head. Some had been shot multiple times. After discovering the bodies, the patrol officers immediately called for detectives to take over the investigation. Upon arrival, the investigators began piecing together what had happened. Why were so many people dead? Who could have committed such a brutal act? The answers came just minutes later. Next to Michael's body, there was a note. Only fragments of it have been made public. This is meaningless, and I can't endure another day. We won't be a burden to society. I asked for help, but no one ever listened to me. I'd rather rot in hell than live one more day under this manipulation and control. If that weren't enough to confirm that Michael was the shooter who later took his own life, a review of his internet search history made everything clear. On December 30th, 2022, just 5 days before the murders, Michael searched the following in Google. How loud is a 9mm pistol? What does a gunshot sound like? I hear gunshots near my house. What should I do? If you hear a single gunshot in your neighborhood at night, would you recognize it? Would you be concerned enough to call the police, or just assume it's regular nighttime noise? How loud is a gunshot indoors? Would a neighbor hear a shot fired in a garage? How loud is a .40 caliber gun? It became obvious that Michael had been planning this murder in advance, likely starting just days after he was served divorce papers on December 21st. In the years leading up to the tragedy, Michael had been investigated by Child Protective Services, CPS, due to allegations made by his eldest daughter, Masih. However, no formal charges were filed due to a lack of evidence, and also because Tausha didn't want the case to go forward. This was likely related to their religious beliefs. As a devout Mormon, Tausha was committed to maintaining the image of a perfect family in the eyes of the community. After the investigation, Michael's behavior temporarily changed, but over time, he reverted to his old ways. His aggression was now mainly directed at Tausha. She found herself trapped in a deeply abusive marriage, one that included regular physical violence and humiliation, financial control, restrictions on making independent decisions, and even having to ask for permission to buy groceries. and whenever she dared to stand up to him, Michael would make it seem like she was the problem. However, in September 2022, Tausha finally found the courage to end it. She demanded that Michael move out immediately and go live with his mother. To her surprise, he did so without resistance. But despite her decision, Michael was unwilling to let her go. He desperately tried to win Tausha back, even agreeing to attend family therapy to work on his behavior. When he moved back into the house for a while, things did seem to improve. But in truth, life was much better when he wasn't around. It was peaceful and calm. One way or another, Michael found his way back into the home. But this time, Tausha was stronger. And when he started showing aggression again, and it didn't take long, she immediately filed for divorce. The divorce was officially initiated on December 21st, 2022. After being served the papers, Michael's behavior became increasingly strange. He was likely spiraling because he was losing control of the situation. And as you now know, we all saw how it ended. Michael Haight murdered his entire family and then took his own life simply because he couldn't handle no longer being in control. The saddest part of all this is that if he had just taken a step back and made a real effort to change, he could have preserved the very thing he was so desperate to hold on to. His family loved him, but it seems his mental state was a ticking time bomb, and that's the core issue with people like this. They don't know how to think differently. They live through control and manipulation. And in this case, once Michael felt that power slipping away, he decided to destroy everyone around him.